tearing out pieces of me to replace the broken pieces of you. Tearing out.
Hello, wealthy family, and welcome to today's Mindset Monday video. Welcome, new subscribers. We're still growing, we're still getting there. So, today we are going to talk about war, and we're going to talk about it specifically about what's happening now. The war on Ukraine, between Russia and Ukraine. And I put that in quotation marks because it depends on where you get your information from, depending on how you see and value this. But I want to let you all know, unless you are in Ukraine, living there, not of Ukrainian descent, unless you are in Ukraine or in Russia, this is not your fight. Remove your emotions from what they have going on. Do not allow Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, One American News Network, what's the other one? I forget the other one. Don't let these news channels dictate and tell you how you should feel, okay? The purpose of the media is to inform you of the story that they need you to believe in, to weave your emotions in, okay? So, when it all boils down to war, what is it good for? Not absolutely nothing. It's good for money. It's good for economies. It's good for border control. It's good for power grabs. Okay? And that has nothing to do with the layman. I know they're trying to get you with these trendy hashtags, Putin's, what is it? Putin's power grab or Putin's power inflation, something. Anyway, they're blaming the inflation on Putin. Okay, they're blaming the rising gas prices on Putin. They are blaming these shortages on everybody except for the people that are actually in control, the people that have assumed control over the import-export of our nation. They're blaming everyone but themselves, okay? Be mindful of the person that shows you the jewels in this hand while they slap you with this one, okay? Now, I don't know if you all know, and I know this, and I'm not even the biggest historian or geographer or anything of that nature. I try not to feed myself too much into that. My husband is all in, okay? He knows all of this stuff. But I know that for a while, for decades, apparently it's been going on for centuries, but for decades, Ukraine has been in turmoil, okay? Do you know what that country is full of? Full of? I'm not saying it's all their citizens, but you know what they're full of? Communists and Nazis. There's a lot of Nazis over there. They do still exist, okay? Do you know who has business dealings in Ukraine? The Biden administration. And a lot of the politicians in White House, they have a lot of business dealings in Ukraine. They may bank over there or have assets or hold business shareholders or just have businesses staked over there in Ukraine, but they have a lot of it. And although a lot of people did not like Trump, I am not a Trump supporter. I did not vote for Trump, but I call it a spade, in my husband's words. Trump was not with this dumbing down of society, with this weakening of society. And although they wanted to make it seem like he was cozy with Putin, he had a mutual respect, okay? They had a mutual respect, right? He was able to keep all these big bad bullies in line. Putin was in line. North Korea was in line. They had a mutual respect, right? It's like all the gangs, they all come together, right? Like the Crips and the Bloods, and they're like, y'all, we supposed to hate each other, but they're like, wait, we fight the same enemy, so let's come together and let's get it right. That's what it was between Putin and Trump. And now, we just hit a year of this new administration, and gas is up $5, $6, $7 in some places. I don't quite buy into the $9 in some places. I have to see it from someone verifiable. You know, maybe Hawaii and Alaska, because their prices are always so much higher, because they're so far out. But you know, gas is $5, $6, $7. There's food shortage. There's purposeful lockdowns, and for such a long time, a lot of people were calling for their own demise. And that's why I say you need to remove yourself, remove your emotions from what is happening. This is not our war. Do you know how many other wars are going on? Do you know that there's civil wars happening in America right now? Do you know that there's states fighting each other? There's citizens of cities fighting each other? That's civil war. Do you know that there's been a lot of civil war happening in Ukraine for quite some time? For some citizens who actually wanted to be part of Russia, some citizens who felt oppressed, they're actually in civil war. Do you know how many wars are in Africa, in the continent of Africa right now? Do you know there's so many other wars happening, but yet they're wanting you to focus on this one particular thing because this is where they need your energy to convene into? Do you know what was happening when they started ramping up and touting this war astrologically? Do you know what was happening? I bet you they know, because billionaires study astrology. They study astrology. So they know. They understand the universal laws. They know as above, so below. So they know how to harness and rein in this energy to suit themselves. So now they need you to all come in and come into agreement and call in for the, I don't want to say demise, but call for the own punitive measures. Oh, kill Putin. Kill him. Bloodshed. Yeah, sanction him. All those people who work for McDonald's in Russia, fuck them. Close all the McDonald's. All those people who use PayPal to get money, fuck them. Shut down PayPal. All those people who use social media to stay in connection with their family here in the U.S., F them. Shut down their social media accounts. Let's sanction those people because they're horrible people. Meanwhile, it's just regular citizens like you and I. But the people that should be punished, that should have the sanctions, that should have the issues, those people, they're not getting any of it because they prepared for this. So they have their money in crypto. They have their outside sources. They weren't reliant on the government or anything of that nature. There was no issue. So who's getting punished? People like you and I. People that work at McDonald's. Now they have no job. But good for them because Russia is bad, right? Shut down Trump's social media account because he says propaganda. So now when you call for that and then they start shutting down regular people on base of fake news and propaganda, and now they're shutting down a whole country's internet. They shut down the whole country's internet in Russia. And people around here calling for that. What do you think they're going to do for others when they fall out of line? When stuff really hits the fan? What do you think? What do you think is going to happen? Be mindful what you ask for others. Because do unto others as you would want done unto you. Correct? That's why you got to focus on your own stuff. Keep your head on your own swivel. You know, in all these movies in Hollywood, because Hollywood tells the story of reality, right? They always put a little bit of truth in it. In all these movies in Hollywood, whenever you show other countries going to war and they're gearing up, what are they grabbing? They're grabbing their hammers, their saws, you know, their hoes, their tools, whatever it is that they can get their hand on, because they may not have guns that's readily available, unless you're in like Iraq or something, right? They may have guns. But whenever they show Americans, they always show Americans grabbing their guns right? The people out in the countries who have 20 rifles, who have the AR-15s, who have their handguns ready to go. They got their ammu belts, right? They got it. That's America. But yet they're steady calling for you people to have their guns taken because of these mass shootings. It's unsafe. Instead of just calling for a stronger vet process. You know why they always show America with the guns? You know why America has never had like war on their soil, like past the Civil War, past all that. But why we've never quite been invaded? Because our citizens have guns. You can come up on my property and I can shoot you down to defend myself. My soldiers may be somewhere else, but if I see a threat to my community, I can knock it down. But yet, they want you to look at it like it's some morphed, twisted reality. Are there some people out there that shouldn't have access to these things? Of course. But that doesn't mean take it all. There's a reason. Do not allow yourself to be divided and conquered. Stay united and keep your head on a swivel. And God damn it, do not be praying for people that you don't even know. And don't be volunteering to go off on some fight when you have enough things to fight for in your own backyard. Okay, that's all that I have for you today, wealthy family. Seriously, keep your head on your own swivel. All right, I don't know if y'all heard what sounded like a little animal crying, but that was my baby. He's up, so I'm going to go love on him and feed him. But until we connect again, stay alert, stay aware, and live in love. Peace.